brilliant speed with vibrant service, vibrant broadband internet.
Well, there are no words to this part of the song, so I'll interject. 10:31 here at KLFD. Good morning. It is time for us to get vibrant. How we doing?
Great. Good.
Good.
How are you?
I'm fine. Where's Bo?
Bobo's frolicking again.
He's out and about, I guess, enjoying the heat.
Enjoying the heat.
Hoping he has sunscreen.
Do you guys know that right now you could go to Paynesville and it's only 70 degrees?
Seriously?
It's 70 degrees in Paynesville.
Inside?
Right now, outside, the line is so close to us that it's 70 degrees in Paynesville.
Wow. Well, he's going north of us, so maybe he won't. Maybe he doesn't have this heat. I
Maybe
think
he's not frolicking in the heat.
Maybe.
Right. Well, we could go to Paynesville. What do you do?
Sounds good to me.
I'm with you.
All right.
Oh, well, thanks for having us, Randy, and welcome to another Vibrant You Live. I'm Jane.
And I am Nathan, and as we mentioned, we do not have Bo with us today.
No, Bobo.
Yep.
So last week was super busy for Meeker Cooperative and Vibrant. We hosted our monthly Dreaming of Streaming event, and we got a lot of participation there.
Yeah, there was like 16, 17, 18 people. It was really great.
14, but that's okay.
Well,
It's that big fishing story with a F, not a PH.
yeah, you always had a couple. Yeah.
And then we had the bike and car night
At the
the
Legion.
Legion, and we
Yep.
sponsored that.
Yeah, amazing turnout there. A lot of cool
That
cars.
was huge.
Yeah,
There's
was
so
awesome.
many people. And it was a beautiful, perfect night. And then we participated in Windmill Days in Grove City.
Grove City.
And then I went on Saturday to one of
The
their
vendor.
events.
Yep.
And then you went to the
I was in the parade. Yep, on Sunday. The Grove City Parade was pretty good time.
And you had the whole
we gave
fam
out
there?
Frisbees. Yeah, my wife and my kids both walked in the parade with us. It was fun.
Good stuff. They survived.
Yeah.
It was all good.
It wasn't too hot that day either. But
So last week we ended up talking about the differences of fiber internet and what like DSL, satellite, different things that way, and how amazing fiber internet is. And basically it's the best of the best, and you get a upload speed that the others can't.
yep.
And then, so this week we're kind of talking a little bit more about streaming your entertainment instead of using cable or
Yep.
TV.
Yeah, with fall upon us, football's coming up. We'll talk a little bit about, football and people want to stream that and stuff like that. For those, we get the question at our Dreaming of Streaming class. One of the first things we talk about is what is streaming. Everybody has probably heard that term at this point, but not everybody understands what that means. All it really means is that you're getting your video, whether your TV or your cell phone or whatever, you're watching a video through the internet. Mm-hmm. You're not watching with a satellite dish or cable. You're just watching that video broadcast that goes over your internet, which is kind of the new way of doing things,
Right.
And for those, one of the first questions we also ask is how many people have watched Netflix before or have watched a YouTube video or a video on Facebook or something like that. Almost everybody's done one of those things, and that is streaming. So whether they know it or not, most people actually already stream.
Right. So when we bring that up to them, they're basically shocked that they are streaming already. So,
well, I think people just get intimidated by new technology and new things, and they think, well, I can't stream. I'm not technical enough for that. But before you know it, you can do it pretty easily and not even know you're doing it. It's not hard to use. There's maybe a slight learning curve in the beginning, but once you learn it, it's not that foreign from what we're used to.
and you really don't go back.
And there are a lot of good reasons to stream versus using cable or satellite. Some of the biggest reasons are freedom of choice as far as your programs. If there are channels you can't get now or movies or TV shows that you can't get, you can for sure get them with streaming. Or if you pay for too many channels and you watch, you may have 150, 200 channels and you watch 10 channels, there may be a more affordable way to get your programming. Another thing is you can watch on demand. You don't have to always be home when Jeopardy comes on or necessarily even set it to record. There are ways to watch stuff after they air on demand on your own free time. And fast forward commercials. Sometimes there's ads, sometimes there's not, but there's always a way to get it. There's also no long-term contracts for almost all streaming services. You can come and go as you please, try one out, use one for a couple months, move on to the next. And then one of my favorite benefits is you can take it with you. Whether you're going to stay in a hotel or you're going to the cabin or you're traveling down south or you want to sit in the tree stand and watch a Viking game like Shane, our coworker, does. It's very portable, whether it's on your cell phone, your tablet, your computer, or you just bring it with you.
The other thing is that sometimes you have too many choices and it tends to be a little bit overwhelming.
Especially if you're an indecisive person like I am sometimes.
Right. I sit there and I scroll a lot too, but there's a little bit of a tool there. So you can have favorite channels and most recently viewed channels. So that'll take care of the wishy-washy like us.
Yeah. A lot of people think streaming is kind of like new thing. Well, it's new. It's not really caught on yet. Well, there's some newer studies. The LG Ad Solutions, a third-party company, they did a survey, and they found that 71% of people prefer to stream versus watch on a traditional like cable or satellite program. So it's now by far the majority and the most preferred way to watch something. So if you're still thinking, well, I don't even know if it's going to catch on, it's new, I don't really need to get into it now. We'll go on a little bit later about some programming that you can only get by streaming, including football games. So
right. And then another study showed 75% of the streaming audiences are using free ad-supported services like Tubi, Freevee, Pluto, and Roku channel.
Yeah, people don't realize how much free stuff you can get with streaming.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have Roku, and there's a lot of content there that's amazing. And then regular YouTube is another option that you can just watch on your computer. Or
yeah,
it's free.
You can watch concerts, interviews. You can watch anything on YouTube almost.
Yep,
and it's
free.
all free. Yep.
There's a little bit of an ad situation, and you can also watch a lot of videos there.
You can also get some local news broadcasts, with the free services. You may not be able to watch Channel 5, Channel 4, Channel 9, all day with all the programming, the TV shows that come on and all that stuff, but you can watch your local news broadcast for free with a lot of services. For example, Pluto is owned by Paramount, and they have CBS broadcasts, including our WCCO news broadcast for here in Minnesota. So if you want to download Pluto, it's a free application. You can watch the WCCO news broadcasts every day. Similarly with Peacock, they're affiliated with NBC. They're no longer free. They used to have a free option, but they have a pretty inexpensive option for like $6, I think, a month. And so you can watch the local KARE 11 broadcast of the news station if you download the Peacock application. So, if your locals are mainly because you want to get local news, there's either a free or very affordable way to get those, which also brings us to football season. Yeah. Back to school football is obviously extremely popular. And if you're an NFL fan, they now have games on Thursday nights, Sunday nights, Monday Night Football, and then, of course, your Sunday day games with the Vikings and all that stuff. So if you're looking to get the local channels and you're looking to watch football, you're going to want a TV service that does the live channels like YouTube TV, Hulu, Fubo, or DirecTV Stream. They'll pretty much have most of the, Sunday night, Monday night, the Viking games, all that stuff. Thursday Night Football is kind of the one exception. I think it was last year was the first year, maybe it was 2 years ago, that Thursday night went to exclusively Amazon Prime. So if you don't have an Amazon Prime account or Amazon Prime membership, you could not watch the nationally broadcast Thursday night football games, and
including the Thanksgiving.
I think one of the Thanksgiving games. Okay. A couple of the Thanksgiving games are aired on local networks, but yeah, every Thursday night the NFL they've been doing that for probably a decade or more, and it used to come on, I think, NFL Network or some channel you could get with cable. Now you can only get it with Amazon Prime. So you'll see more and more sports and stuff moving to streaming services versus your cable provider. This is the first year I think the NFL is ever going to do a Black Friday football game as well. So the day after Thanksgiving, that's also going to be Amazon Prime exclusive. So if you're a big NFL fan and you like to watch the games that come on, you might need Amazon Prime to be able to watch them all.
The other thing that I loved is Netflix is offering a series on quarterbacks. Yep. And Kirk Cousins was one of the spotlights. And boy, I really learned a lot about the game and really had an appreciation for quarterbacks.
Yeah, that was a very well done show.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch it. I've heard nothing but great things. It highlights a few of the quarterbacks in the NFL and their behind the scenes stuff, what they do at home, what they do to get ready. I know almost everybody came away, okay, well, maybe I respect our quarterback a little bit more than I did before.
I can't believe how much he gets hit and how bad it is.
Yep. Maybe cut him a little bit of slack if he misses a throw every now and then.
Including my husband.
Yeah. Also, new this year, YouTube TV is now the exclusive provider of NFL Sunday Ticket. So NFL Sunday Ticket was exclusive to DirecTV for I think over 20 some years. And for those that don't know, NFL Sunday Ticket was a way to watch out of market games. For example, if you were a Viking fan but moved away to Texas or Colorado or somewhere that didn't show the Viking games, if you had Sunday Ticket, you could still watch the Viking games even if they're out of market. Similarly, if you live in Minnesota but you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan, Denver Broncos fan, or a fan of another team, you may not have access to your team's games without Sunday Ticket. So that was on DirecTV only forever. Now YouTube TV bought those rights. I think it was like $2 billion that they paid for those rights for like 10 years or something. It's a lot of money. But and I think you pay I think it's $300 or somewhere around there to get Sunday Ticket added to your YouTube TV account. But if you're trying to watch out-of-market games, that's going to be the only way to do it. You can't get it with satellite or cable. You would have to get YouTube TV and their Sunday Ticket option. But then there's also a lot of great options for college football. I know a lot of people are college football fans. If you want to watch Big Ten Network for a lot of, or Gopher games and other Big Ten games, or you're into the ACC or some other options, there's ways to stream all of those networks. I mean, almost every college football game now is streamable. I was even talking to somebody who I think was a fan of NDSU. They're not a big market team. You wouldn't be able to watch them on local TV, but they streamed all their games, I think, on their website that was like free. So if you're a fan of college football and you can't normally watch your team play, there's a way to stream it, and usually to do it pretty affordably.
Right. One of the other options are premium subscriptions. And premium subscriptions like Netflix, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, and Max, also known as HBO Max, are some options. And they range anywhere from $9 to $20.
Yep.
They're also on-demand services that have exclusive shows. And I mean, I think I have most of the packages or most of the subscriptions I just mentioned.
Yeah, a lot of people have multiple services, and they're more affordable. Like Jane mentioned, you may get them for $8, $9, $10 a month, something like that. So you can have 2 or 3 of them, and there's so much movies and shows you can watch on there.
And you can always cancel and come back.
Correct. And then Netflix, we mentioned that quarterback show that you can only watch that on Netflix. You can't get it anywhere else.
Right.
So there's a lot of cool options there for sure.
So at our Dreaming of Streaming event, there's 3 categories that we have. One is a budget-friendly person. And so basically that's really wanting to keep an eye on budgeting and using a lot of free services, or even providing those low-dollar ticket, $9, $10 subscriptions. And then we talk about the couch potato, Nathan.
Is that what I would fall under?
And that's, I want anything and everything, and I'm going to get the best of the best, and it doesn't matter how much I want to pay for it. And then my favorite is the frugal gourmet. And basically you want to have a nice palette of selection, but not really be a little bit more budget conscious in a sense. So those are some definite categories, and we do talk about those at our event. And then and in fact, I think it was funny because we had used the term couch potato for the first time this time, and we did get some laughs when we did bring up that subject. So,
well, it's just a cool way you can mix and match. A lot of people have cable only or satellite service, and they pay $150, some people close to $200 just for that.
And how many do they watch? How many TV?
I know, and they watch 10, 20 channels, and they'd like to have more stuff, but maybe they'd like to watch the quarterback show that we're talking about on Netflix. They heard about it, but they don't have access to it. You can replace your cable satellite to like a YouTube TV for $75 or a DirecTV for $100, and then still get Netflix, Amazon Prime, HBO, some of these stuff, and still pay less than you pay with cable.
Right.
So you can replace what you have, get a lot more, and possibly still save money. It's wild what people are unfortunately paying for their cable or satellite that they're not used to.
I think that's the number one phone question that we are getting. Well, not even a question. It's just a frustration. I don't want to spend $150.
My bill keeps going up. Yeah.
Yep. And they keep calling and complaining about it, but the company isn't doing anything about it. And
you now have options. Before it was like you had 1 or 2 cable providers, maybe. You had maybe 1 or 2 satellite providers. Now, if you have internet, man, you have 10s, 20, you have so many options to go from, which keeps the prices down, which gives you options. It's great for the consumer. So that's why so many people are preferring that.
And it is a little bit of a learning curve, but at the end of the day, it's totally worth it. And like you had said earlier, no one goes back to the old way of...
We've helped hundreds of people make the switch to streaming, and I've never had someone, and it may still happen at some point, but I've never had someone come back and say, I had to switch back to cable. I did not like it. I did not figure it out. I prefer how I used to pay $150 to $200. It's pretty rare.
Right.
So if you missed, part of today's show and you want to learn more about streaming, or if you want to listen back to previous episodes that we talked about streaming or fiber technology or Vibrant service, you can check out our Facebook or YouTube page, Vibrant Broadband. You can search, because we put these radio shows on there after they air on the radio here. As always, listen on KLFD every Wednesday morning at 10:30. We'll have these live. And then if you have questions about streaming, you say, well, maybe I pay too much. Can I get a better deal? Or maybe I want to watch this show or that show and I can't watch it now. You can give us a call. We're not into, pressuring people. We like answering questions, even if you don't sign up for service. Give us a call. We can chat with you about it. Our phone number here in town is 693-3231.
And you can also visit our website for more information about Vibrant, and that is vibrantbroadband.com. And you got to get your daily dose of fiber. So, because who wouldn't want to be vibrant?
Who indeed?
Yes. Well, thanks for having us again. And thank you, Randy. Thank you, KLFD. And tune in next week for another Vibrant U Live. I'm Jane.
And I'm Nathan.
Speed with Vibrant service. Vibrant broadband internet. Vibrant broadband internet.